Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, whatever time of day you're watching this. This is our second Cloud2020 Insight for the new year, 2021, and we're in February now. So that's gone really quickly, Ian, hasn't it?
Wow.
I know. Last year went really quickly and very slowly, all at the same time, and I'm not quite sure how it did that. But we're already seeing the kind of shoots of new growth in the year outside around us, and hopefully we're all feeling a bit of that now, definitely. So I know last week we talked a little bit about the SMB challenge. I'm calling it that because traditionally, Dynamics 365, Power Platform, all of that stuff has been seen as enterprise. And so, there are particular challenges that SMBs are having to meet right now. And also it's historically that we've kind of engaged with in the past, I know. And we were just talking before the call about some information, some data that we've seen around the top 5 business priorities, really, SME priorities that there are right now. So one of the things that I really noticed was around enabling remote work and productivity. Of course, we're still in the pandemic, aren't we?
Well, yeah, and I think this data is, there are a lot of sources for this type of data, but consistently, and even prior to COVID, actual fact, the wording was slightly different, but remote working and productivity and online collaboration. If you take out the word remote, but work productivity and online collaboration, it's been there now, top of the list for a long time, a good couple of years or so. As particularly in the SMB arena, where it's so much more important, it's so much more critical. The word remote now obviously just added a whole new dimension to that, a whole new area of complexity to that, and we all know why. So that's right up there, absolutely number one, and that's not going to go away for a long time. But I think now the thing is, small businesses and small to medium-sized enterprises are realizing the benefit of online collaboration, even if we didn't have COVID.
Yeah.
Because, the collaboration has an impact. It creates results. So that one's not going away. So that's top of the pops. Absolutely. I see that, there's a couple in there that we mustn't ignore. One is employee well-being. Now, we've had loads of conversations around that. How do we as a company ourselves look after each other? I think January's been a nightmare for a lot of people. They've kind of hit the skids and gone, oh no, I can't do it. When's the winter going to be over? And that's a discussion that is way beyond the scope of this morning.
Yes. Yeah.
Really
for another time.
Yeah. The next one of this was the security and risk, and that is just something that obviously using Microsoft platform we just nail, and we can perhaps come back to another time. I think the next one though is absolutely critical, and it doesn't matter which one you go. And I know it's something we talked about before, and that's business performance and optimization.
Yes.
And I think this is where the whole discussion about SMBs using enterprise level products is actual fact what that does. It gives them the ability to really optimize and punch above their weight. And there's no reason why SMBs cannot compete with very large enterprise organizations these days on quality, price, performance, project management, capability, competence, if they optimize. And I think that one's particularly crucial.
I think so too, and I noticed that there is a line in there for business cost reduction, because traditionally the entry levels, let's say, for both licensing and development costs for SMEs around the Dynamics 365 platform, for example, it has caused a sharp intake of breath at times within the SMB world, and understandably, plus the kind of concerns about an open-ended implementation, perhaps not knowing when that draw on your purse strings is going to stop, and also when your people are going to be able to get back to actually doing their day job and not just helping the implementers get the best solution for them. And I suppose that leads us into perhaps what we are quite excited about at the moment, and that is the launch of a new set of products from Cloud 2020 called Springboard, which are built on the Sales Professional license. So an easier way to get in, and also allying to that a fixed price cost deployment. So fixed time, fixed price. And I think, you know, we're excited about that, aren't we, Ian? But I know you've been banging this drum for a long time. You've been involved in this for a long time.
Yeah, but you know, hats off to you and Katie for pushing this through, because you know you guys have got this out there, and we're going live next week, and we're extremely excited about it. But I think when you put this in context, so you know, we've always had that discussion. It's how much a license, and you go, well, hang on a minute, this is less than a cup of coffee from Starbucks a working day.
Absolutely.
If you know, it's our job to explain to customers how we can add value to what they're doing, and that's really our job. But people sometimes focus on this, on how much a month per. Yeah, but hang on, what are you getting back for that? Let's really put that into context. And that is a serious issue with SMB. We can put in these platforms, and they can literally create the output from the equivalent of new hires, if you want to put it that way, without paying this wage bill. So, you know, there's a direct correlation there, and that's back to SMBs punching above their weight. So, you know, we can prove that time and time again, and when we explain that to customers, they go, "Do you know what? Yeah, I get it now." Or if we get an order in on time and what have you, and we don't get any returns from a customer, that saved us that license fee for the next 6 months. So great, you know, away we go, I think. But back to Springboard. Yeah, this is something that we've had around for a while, but we've gone back and we've completely reinvented it. So it's all about putting out sales productivity in particular. And a lot of other little tools that we packed into there are aimed at an SMB. We can deploy it very, very quickly, cost effectively, and at a fixed price deployment with a few different flavors around that. And that launches next week. So yeah, it's very exciting. Very exciting.
I know, we're very excited about it. And I suppose to say that should an SMB get on board with this, kind of go, okay, I can see my way in now. It allies some of my fears that I might have about engaging with another business platform. There is no barrier to growth, is there, within the Dynamics 365 self-professional solution that we've built. It can actually then move over to enterprise at some point later on, if that's what you need. If you need some wider flexibility, there are some limits on, say, for customized entities or some other aspects of solution that might not be available completely within Sales Professional. But as an entry point, what we've worked really hard is to make it easy for people to get on board, and to make it easy for us to deliver actually as well, because we don't have to remake the wheel every time.
But we can,
what we're doing with it, and we know what people want, you know.
Absolutely. And we can get we can get customers onto the platform very quickly, so they can very quickly see that return on investment. So that's really good. And then once they get in there, we can layer other elements in there. So asset management, marketing, customer service, HR. You know, we can drop those in there as well. So as you say, it's a great way of getting on the bus and starting to realise some of those benefits. And yeah, give us a shout. We're happy to talk to you about it. Go onto our website.
So I suppose we should make sure that the closing frame of this, when it goes out, when the wonderful Katie has done the topping and tailing and cut out all the things we shouldn't have said, then we'll make sure that there's a link to the new website, which has gone live today. But the launch for Springboard Start, Engage, Accelerate is going to be next Wednesday. So we'll look forward to catching everybody then, hopefully with lots of excitement and some sparkles somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, Wendy, I know you've got a call with a customer due now, so we better call this.
I need to go. Yeah.
But also, let's perhaps now next week pick up on some of the new excitements coming out of Wave 2 and one or two other new stuff is happening as well.
Yes, usual business next week. Absolutely. Brilliant. Okay. See you then.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.